Lifeboat drill accidents. A fatal accident during a lifeboat drill is a tragic event that can have serious consequences. Lifeboat drills are essential to ensure the safety of passengers and crew in the event of an emergency at sea, but they can also be dangerous if proper safety protocols are not followed. If such an accident were to occur, it would be important for the ship's crew to act quickly, to provide medical attention to any injured parties and to investigate the cause of the accident. Depending on the severity of the incident, the ship may need to be diverted to the nearest port to provide medical treatment or to allow for a thorough investigation. The investigation should aim to determine what went wrong during the drill and whether any safety protocols were not followed. If any crew members were found to be at fault, appropriate disciplinary action should be taken. The ship's owners may also be liable for any negligence on the part of the crew or the ship itself. In order to prevent similar accidents from occurring in the future, it may be necessary to review and update the ship's safety protocols and procedures for lifeboat drills. Crew members should receive regular training to ensure they understand and follow all safety protocols during drills and in emergency situations. Ultimately, it is the responsibility of the ship's crew and owners to ensure the safety of all passengers and crew on board, and to take appropriate action to prevent accidents and respond to emergencies. Regular maintenance. Regularly inspect and maintain the lifeboat and all its components to ensure they are in good working condition. Check the engines, communication equipment, and emergency supplies. Crew training. Make sure the crew is trained in operating the lifeboat, and they know the proper procedures for launching, maneuvering, and recovering the boat. They should also be aware of the potential hazards and how to handle emergency situations. Safe launching and recovery. Ensure that the lifeboat is launched and recovered safely. The launching and recovery should be done at a safe speed and with the proper equipment. Proper equipment. Make sure that the lifeboat is equipped with all the necessary safety equipment such as life jackets, flares, emergency lights, and communication equipment. Regular drills. Conduct regular drills to ensure that the crew is familiar with the emergency procedures and know what to do in case of an accident. Follow regulations. Follow all the relevant regulations and guidelines for operating the lifeboat. These regulations are designed to ensure the safety of the crew and passengers. Stay alert. Always be alert and aware of the conditions around the lifeboat. Be prepared for sudden changes in weather, sea conditions, or other factors that could affect the safety of the lifeboat. By following these tips, accidents in lifeboats can be prevented, and the safety of the crew and passengers can be ensured. Lifeboat recovery procedures can be dangerous, but there are steps that can be taken to prevent accidents. Here are some recommendations. Train the crew. Before going to sea, make sure that all crew members are trained in lifeboat recovery procedures. This should include theoretical training on the procedures as well as practical training in the use of the equipment. Conduct regular drills. Regular drills help ensure that the crew members are familiar with the procedures and the equipment. They also help identify any potential problems and provide an opportunity to correct them before an emergency occurs. Use appropriate equipment. The lifeboat recovery equipment should be appropriate for the conditions and the size of the vessel. The equipment should be properly maintained and checked before each use. Follow manufacturer's instructions. The manufacturer's instructions for the lifeboat recovery equipment should be followed at all times. This includes the maximum capacity of the equipment, the number of people that can be lifted, and the maximum height that the equipment can be used at. Ensure proper communication. Communication is essential during the lifeboat recovery procedure. The crew on board the vessel and the crew in the lifeboat should communicate regularly to ensure that the procedure is being carried out safely and effectively. Monitor weather conditions. Weather conditions can affect the safety of the lifeboat recovery procedure. It is important to monitor weather conditions and avoid recovering the lifeboat in conditions that are beyond the capacity of the equipment or the crew. Be prepared for emergencies. Even with the best preparation, emergencies can still occur. It is important to have emergency procedures in place and to ensure that all crew members are familiar with them. By following these recommendations, the risk of accidents during lifeboat recovery procedures can be significantly reduced. Use proper communication. Communication is essential in preventing accidents in lifeboats. Ensure that there is clear communication between the crew and the passengers to avoid confusion and panic during an emergency. Check weather conditions. Before launching the lifeboat, check the weather conditions to ensure that it is safe to launch. If there are adverse weather conditions, delay the launch until conditions improve. Avoid overloading. Overloading the lifeboat can cause it to capsize, leading to accidents. Ensure that the lifeboat is not overloaded and that the weight is evenly distributed. Follow proper procedures. Always follow the proper procedures when launching, operating, and recovering the lifeboat. This includes ensuring that the boat is properly secured and that the crew and passengers are wearing life jackets. Conduct regular safety drills. Conduct regular safety drills to ensure that the crew is familiar with the lifeboat's emergency procedures and knows what to do in case of an accident. Train the crew in first aid. Ensure that the crew is trained in first aid and basic life support. This will enable them to provide immediate medical assistance in case of an accident. Use proper lighting. Ensure that the lifeboat is properly lit to avoid collisions with other boats and obstacles. By implementing these additional measures, the chances of accidents in lifeboats can be significantly reduced, ensuring the safety of the crew and passengers. Use proper equipment for boarding and disembarking. The use of proper equipment such as ladders, steps, or ramps can significantly reduce.
Thank you for watching, guys. This is AB Generate signing off.